You know what my biggest pet peeve is? When people tell me they can't sell things online just because they don't have a website. The reality is, some of the wild success stories you hear about of people who quit their day jobs, made a ton of money on the internet, some of them did it without having a website. The hardest part is actually figuring out what you're gonna sell, which honestly, you have to figure out for yourself and I can't help you with. But the rest I can. In today's video, I'm going to explore a few ways in which you can make money online without a website. My name is Romy and I help you use tech tools to make your life easier in many ways, even if you don't know the basics of code or design. To sell things online, you need 3 things. First, the thing you're going to sell, obviously. Secondly, a link to share with buyers, which will have the information about the product you're selling. And finally, a place where they can put their credit card information and pay you. So first, I'll have to make something to sell, which will probably need a lot of time. And then I will need a website for which I'll probably have to hire a team of people who will build it for me. And finally, somehow after all this effort, I'll have to find a lot of people who will buy the product I'm selling so I can actually make money off it. You're probably like, yeah, right. There are no shortcuts in life. Nope, not true. Well, at least most of it. So I'm going to talk about several tools which can make all of the above happen without a website. And I'll also share examples of these really annoying people who have made tons of money using these tools. Before we start, let me clarify that I'm only talking about digital products, nothing physical which requires shipping and all those other complications. These are things that someone sitting even halfway across the world can buy from you with a simple click. So what kind of things can you sell online? I would divide them into content, products, and services. Let's take a look at tools which can help you sell all of these. Do you have something interesting to say? Do you think people will pay for it? Do you think you'll be able to do it consistently? Then one of the best ways to make money online? Just start a newsletter. A newsletter is just a fancy way of getting a group of people to subscribe to your content via email. And the most popular tool which people use for paying newsletters is called Substack.
With Substack, you can create a newsletter by filling these 3 fields: the name of the newsletter, what it's about, and the link where people can go sign up for it. Right after that, you can start typing your first newsletter. Now, what if you want to charge people to read your newsletter? You can do that here by first connecting your Stripe account, and then simply you'll be presented with options of how much you want to charge people per month. That's it. Now you have a newsletter which you can literally ask people to pay for. Although you may want to write something first before you ask people to pay for it.
So at this point, I know what you're thinking. Great! I can have a few people pay me a few dollars a month to subscribe to my content. Is this really worth it? Well, let me tell you about some people. They are earning over $10,000 a month only through their newsletters. And this has allowed them to quit their jobs.
Lenny Richiski, who previously worked at Airbnb, writes a newsletter about building tech products. Airbnb just IPO'd today, so I'm not sure how much he needs the money for food, but it's always great to have a bonus income. The best part is, before deciding to pay for it, you can read previous subscriptions and decide if it's for you. In Lenny's case, you even get additional things for paying members, like joining an exclusive community where you can meet more people interested in building products. Thousands of people pay Willie $50 a month to understand what's the price of Bitcoin going to be the next month. $50 a month? That's a lot to get an email from someone. But if you think about it, if that one email makes you millions of Bitcoins in profit, totally worth it. Alison Roman from the New York Times shares her recipes through Substack. She's one of my favorite chefs, and I love that her newsletter is very uniquely titled, A Newsletter. She's great. You pay $50 a year to subscribe. Oh, and she also blesses us all with some amazing recipes totally for free. Gotta try that one.
Substack is not the only tool which can help you achieve this, although I'll say it's one of the easiest. There's also ConvertKit, which gives you more design options. I love this category because you can literally make money while you sleep. Yes, you have to do a lot of work up front, but then you put a product up for sale and people will buy it. This is sort of my dream. I want to be on a beach somewhere and this is somehow earning me money. The ideas are endless. It could be an ebook, a recipe, a video game, a comic, just a video of you teaching whatever you want. You can be as creative as you want. The tool I want to talk to you about is Gumroad.
Imagine you created this video of teaching oil painting basics and you want to sell it for $30. In a few minutes, you can go to Gumroad, create a product page, and it'll give you a link you can share on social media, email, text, telling people about it. And when they go to the link, they get information about the product and a credit card page. Once they buy it, they get access to the product. In this case, our video.
Now it's time for, you've guessed it, the success stories of people who made Gumroad work for them.
Trav built a website on Notion to advertise his product. He sells this cool custom icons which you can download for your iPhone. But to actually sell the product, he used Gumroad. And he made a cool $250,000 this way. Daniel Vassallo quit a high-paying job in Amazon to live life on his own terms. And he did it. He has made over $250K selling 2 books on Gumroad. One about his engineering expertise in AWS, and the other about how to build a Twitter audience. Fun fact, that book just took him less than 2 hours to create. Then there's Randall Khanna, who wrote this book called The Standout Developer to help engineers land high-paying jobs. This book has almost sold 2,000 copies. At $29 a copy, that's a really neat side income. Also, you can even get creative and use the newly launched memberships feature to not just do one-time sales, but recurring. Like this Tech Trends newsletter by Drew Riley. You can sign up and pay either $100 a quarter or just under $300 a year. Drew will send you detailed reports about technology trends, and he makes a cool $40K a month.
The easiest way to have people pay for a service you provide is to use a form. Now, usually, you're quite used to filling out forms online with your payment info, but you technically don't need to have a whole website built around it. A form can exist on its own. For example, if you want to sell logo design services, you can easily send your clients a form through which they can pay you. And it's perfect for something like this because it can help you capture much more than just their payment info. You can get them to fill in their preferences, like in this case, what colors they like, before you actually start designing their logo. And by the way, if you really don't need to advertise your product or give details around it, you can probably skip Gumroad altogether and just sell your ebooks or whatever with just a payment form. The easiest tool to create a payment form is called Typeform.
Now, Typeform is just a regular looking form with superpowers. Say you want to do some consulting work, use Typeform to start accepting payments. Oh, and also you can have a matrix of services. Say, if you're a designer and you charge different amounts for different services, a logo, style guide, websites, etc., you have a way to get people to pay you different amounts for each. Go wild, be creative. You're not limited to services, but literally anything you want to be paid for. Avni Patel Thompson started one of her previous companies, Poppy, which connected nannies to parents by just sending them a Typeform to pay. Typeform is literally all she needed in the early stages, when she was trying to figure out her users and see if her idea had any legs.
Alright, that was it. I'm definitely not saying earning money online is easy, but the tools are. The hard part is actually deciding what you want to sell, taking the first steps towards making it. If it's content, being consistent with it, and finally marketing it and putting yourself out there. The tech is the last thing you should be worried about, and I hope this video showed you that. As always, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment if any of these tools have been useful to you. I love hearing your stories. This is Romi, and I hope this week you think about selling something.